Okay, here it is for the third time, because stupid story, like the annoying pest she was, kept the button in the way. You really are something else, Charles said as he gave Max a quick scratch on the chin. The kitten purred and pressed his hand against Charles' hand. And it was the next afternoon, and Charles was sitting in the living room by the fireplace, helping Lizzie make paper chains for the tree. He wasn't sure why she thought it was so important to make more paper chains, since there was already dozens of them on the tree. They're all old and faded, Lizzie had said. Oh, we need new ones. So they were making paper chains. Charles was cutting out strips of green and red paper, while Lizzie was taping them into circle shapes, linking the circles together as she went. Dad had taken the bean along to do some Christmas shopping, and Buddy jumped into Dad's red pickup truck with them. Charles had a feeling Buddy may have needed a break from Maggie and Max, who sort of taken over the whole house. Max was upstairs in her study working on a newspaper story about a farmer who was selling Christmas trees to anybody who needed one. It's due at 5 o'clock, she said, and I'm only on paragraph 1. Oh boy, please keep an eye on Maggie and Max. And don't interrupt me unless our house is on fire. She paused on the way up the stairs. Actually, if the house is on fire, call 911 first, so your dad and the other firefighters will come. Then come knock on my door. Gotcha, Mom, said Charles. Hey! Lizzie pulled out a strip of paper for Max. Cut that out, you silly little pest. But she was laughing. Charles pulled Maggie onto his lap for a hug. He had never met such a huggable puppy before. Maggie. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Was almost like one of those gigantic floppy plush dogs you can hug forever. But she never struggled to get down the same way. Oh, God, my leg. Oh, hurting. When Buddy did, she just settled in. Her big paws rested on either side of Charles' neck in a warm puppy hug. She was so heavy that sometimes, Charles' legs fell asleep as she laid on his lap for too long. Oh boy, very comfortable. I think I'll take a nap. Hey, what's going on? Charles had stretched out and ordered to grab a piece of paper, which made Maggie slide off his lap. Oh well, guess I might as well play a while. No, as long as I'm up. Hey, where's my favorite pal? Maggie yawned as she trotted over to Max and gave him a big sloppy lick. She bowed down with her big butt in the air and her big paws stretched out in front. Then she turned and, looking over her shoulder, trotted off. Ruff, ruff! Try and catch me, my little friend. Max rolled over and jumped after Maggie. Then he was like a flash of black and white wind streaking towards the stairs. Whee! Catch me! Oh no, the stair game! Lizzie rolled her eyes. Charles was beginning to tell that even Lizzie was beginning to feel a little overwhelmed by having two wild, crazy foster pets at once. The Petersons really had to do something about finding homes for Maggie and Max, together or separate, even if they were still there by Christmas, which, well, was only a week away. Mom might insist she really had enough, and that Maggie and Max would have to leave. Then, where would they go? Question on everybody's mind. Personally, Charles was enjoying the puppy and kitten as visitors. They were so entertaining and sweet. Take the stair game, something by Max and Maggie had invented by themselves. Max went up the stairs and meowed at the top of his little lungs for the landing. Meow! From below, Maggie would bark and answer, arf, arf. Then Maggie would lumber up to the top of the stairs, and Max would scamper down. Maggie would bark and Max would meow, arf, arf, meow, over and over until the game was done. Charles wasn't sure exactly what the heck the point of the game was, but it was honestly the kitten and puppy were having a great time. First, Charles heard meowing, but he couldn't see where from the land where he sat, but he could tell by the sound Max went at the top of the stairs. Come and get me. Then he heard barking. Woof, woof, woof. If just you wait, my little friend. I'm coming after you. Charles heard Maggie clamber up the stairs. Thump, thump, thump. Before he made it, Charles heard Mash dash down. Whoosh! Thump, 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 thump. His little paws moved as fast as the big puppy. Max meowed some more on the stairs. Meow! Missed me. Meow! Come and get me. Meow! From above, Maggie barked. You think you're funny, do you, little friend? I'm gonna get you next time. Hey, wait on! What's that going on? Hey, help! I'm stuck! Do something! Help! She barked. Charles shook. Yeah? Mom! I'll come later. Charles shook his head as he cut a pile of green strips. Oh boy, that Maggie sure could bark a lot. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Suddenly, Max raced into the room. He jumped into Charles' lap and started meowing. Meow! And leaning his sharp claws onto Charles' leg. Help! My friend needs help! Somebody save her, please! Ouch! Said Charles. What are you doing, Max? Max jumped off of Charles' lap and ran towards the bottom of the stairs. Then he ran backwards to Charles and Lizzie. Then he heard Maggie barking. Charles looked at Lizzie. I think something's gone wrong! They both jumped onto ran to the front hall, started the stairs. Oh no! Gasped Charles. There on the landing was Maggie. She stared at them sadly and let out one last whiny bark. Her head was caught between two railings, and she was trying to wedge herself back out. But, ooh, itchy nose. But Charles could see right at that moment she was stuck. Just then Mom came out of her study. What is going on here? She began. I thought I asked you to. She then stopped. Oh no! It took all the Petersons. Dad came home. The second Mom called him on his cell phone. Plus one Saul borrowed from Sammy's dad Max's door just to get Maggie unstuck. Everybody agreed Max was a little hero, just like his silly puppy friend. Gee, Maggie's usually the one who saves Max, Charles said. But this time, Max saved Maggie by letting us know she was trapped. They really are best friends. He had Maggie on his lap, and Lizzie was comforting Maggie on hers. And they really do belong together, Dad said thoughtfully. I think I'll call a Peterson powwow right at this minute. I think we should make a family decision that these two animals will have to find a home together. We can't separate friends as good as them. Agreed? Agreed, everyone chorused. But where on earth would that home be? Max imagined. Mom asked as she petted Max. I can't imagine. Charles could, in fact. He had a pretty good idea of the perfect home for Maggie and Max. But first, he had to convince somebody else that he was right.